Hi, my name is Sini. In today's short yoga class, we are gonna do actually 4 movements that are really gonna help you if you have pain on your lower back, problems with your sciatic nerve, radiating pain going down your leg. And these movements are inspired by movements I've gotten from my physiotherapist and osteopath a while back when I had problems with my sciatic nerve. But always, if you have these kinds of issues that are really affecting your everyday life, of course consult osteopath, physiotherapist or your doctor. But I will show you now the movements that have really helped me. So we start on our back, lower down with the control, have your knees hip width apart, and here we will start with a small movement. We're inhaling and bringing space between the yoga mat and our lower back, and exhale, bring your hips and lower back down to the yoga mat. So here it's a small movement, really conscious movement. If this already brings you pain, then do even smaller movement. So it's really important to do this in such a range of motion that doesn't cause you pain. If you have no problem, you can do a bit bigger space between lower back and the surface and lower back down. Let's stay here for a few reps, repeating. Activating the very small muscles on our lower back, which help you as well in case you have some inflammation going on in your lower back. Let's do 5 more times. Great, you can lift your right hand up, turn to your right side and get back to seated position. Our second movement is cat-cow. So come to all fours, hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are hip width apart, and here do again the range of motion that feels good for your spine right now. So inhale, arch your spine, exhale, curve your spine, chin to chest. You can either do really big movement if you have no problem on your back, but if it brings you pain, feel free to even keep it really small, almost a neutral spine, and do it here. Or bigger movement. Listen very carefully the messages your body is telling you. Let's do 3 more times. Inhale when you arch, exhale when you curve. Great, come back to neutral spine. From here we're gonna lower down to our belly, bring your hands a bit forward and lower controllably down. First we're gonna bring quite a passive movement, so you can turn your toes a bit inwards, and from here inhale, lengthen your spine and lift your chest a little bit from the ground. So you have relaxed buttocks here, and just do really small movements. Really use the help of your hands to lift you up and exhale down. So here we are not doing too much work with the spine, but letting the gravity do the work. This is really good position for your spinal discs. This helps them to decompress. If it feels hard for you to keep your hands so close to your shoulders, you can bring them a bit more forward, so it's easier to get a little bit higher. Once again, if this brings you any pain, keep it really low. It can be even a movement that you can barely see with eye, but you'll feel it, and you do it really consciously. If it feels good for you, you can start raising a little bit higher. So with the inhale we come up, exhale we come down. Let's do 5 more times. Great. You can release your toes. This time we do a bit more active version of that. So this time we activate our back a bit more. Now your hands can be next to your shoulders. Inhale up. Now your buttocks activate when you lift. They are protecting your lower back, and come down. If this feels good for you, you can try the next version, which is releasing your hands and lifting. And try to keep your feet on the ground all the time. Again, keep it really low if it brings any kind of pain, or come to the earlier movement that we were doing. And come down. Let's do one more variation where you bring your palms together. Bring your hands together with the inhale. Bring your hands towards the back like you're trying to bring them towards your toes. You open and lift your chest, and exhale down. Here now you can bring your feet together. Great, and release. Let's do one more time the movement we did at the beginning. So turn your toes inwards, toes are under. Let your buttocks relax. Hands can be a bit further than your shoulders. Really relax your spine and belly here. And inhale from there. So it's actually quite a passive movement from your back. Great, we'll do 5 more times. Inhale up, exhale down, up and down. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more. Great, from here we come back to all fours. And this time we're gonna come up. So come to down dog. You can have your knees bent, walk your hands towards your feet, and here we roll slowly all the way up. The last movement, what we're gonna do first, bring your belly towards your spine, so your lower abdomen and core is protecting your lower back. And here you can keep your knees bent, and we're gonna come to table pose with our back. So try to bring flat back here. You can also have your knees straight if that feels good for you. And here we're gonna do very small movement, but only if this feels good for your back. This is a little bit more tricky movement, so start with the very first movement if you have pain. So navel towards spine, flat back, and here we bring very small lift. I wouldn't call this a deadlift because we are really not bringing big movement, but the very small muscles on your lower back are doing the work. You can also keep your hands on the knees. Just make sure it doesn't make you do too big movement all the way here. Try to keep flat back and activate your lower back there with a tiny movement. You can also try with straight legs if that feels good for you. All the time remember to bring navel towards your spine. Great. Bend your knees, lower down, let your head hang heavy. And from here, walk hands forward so you can lower back to all fours and come back to seated position. So that was the 4 movements that I really recommend doing. So first on your back, you lift your lower back from the ground, then cat and cow to bring nice movement for the whole spine. Really important movement. The next one on the belly where you lift from cobra, and then the last one from this good morning movement, activating the back. Let me know how you felt after these movements and subscribe to see more tips for yoga. Thank you.